Coalition of Independents takes to Bay Street again, protesting the smuggling of migrants bill. Tonight on Our News.
For the third time in a week, members of the Coalition of Independents are protesting outside of the House of Assembly over the smuggling of migrants bill that was passed earlier this week. Stay tuned to Our News tonight for more details.
Plus, TikTok creator Elias Fritz is granted bail, but with conditions. We'll tell you how long he's expected to remain in custody. Also, the Our News Alive and Automall Ultimate Giveaway is back.
Tired of wasting hundreds of dollars on car parts bought in the aftermarket just for them to not work when they arrive? Automall tells us just ahead the importance of purchasing from an authorized dealer.
Then in Our News at 7:30.
Opposition leader Michael Pintard hits back over migration bill. I'm Delvare Manuel, and stay tuned to Our News for the full story.
Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. Dozens of Coalition of Independent supporters took to Bay Street this morning, filling Parliament Square and chanting, "Kill the bill," and "Enough is enough." Their target, the Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025, passed in the House of Assembly this week. The COI's leader says despite the bill moving closer to law, they won't stay silent. Joshua Williams was on the scene. He gets us started tonight.
Protesters chanted as police officers tried to stop more than a dozen Coalition of Independent supporters from joining party leader Lincoln Bain and other COI members in Parliament Square. After Bain had a brief back and forth with police, they eventually poured into the square as parliamentarians met inside of the House of Assembly. And while the controversial Section 11, which deals with immunity from prosecution of smuggled migrants, was removed, Bain says they have other issues with the bill.
And according to Section 35 of the protocol, they must be given expedited naturalization. It says it in the protocol. Now, some government persons or persons on that side keep saying this isn't in the bill or that isn't in the bill. The bill empowers and enacts the protocol domestically in this country.
And the COI leader says they have no problem with other aspects of the bill, but he did raise this question.
We believe that that could have been handled in the Immigration Act. The government keeps referring to the fact that they want to be able to arrest smugglers. Yes, we have no problem with you arresting smugglers. Smugglers have been arrested for many years. As a police officer, I arrested smugglers. And so don't tell me that we need extra laws because I've done it.
Now Bain claims he's not being discriminatory, claiming he's only fighting for the rights of Bahamians.
We don't hate Cubans or Jamaicans or anyone, but we have to defend our borders.
It's expected that the bill will be debated in the Senate tomorrow. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. And the Free National Movement also not staying silent over the new bill. We've got the party's reaction coming up in Our News at 7:30. Meanwhile, former NBA star and global entertainer Rick Fox could be entering Bahamian politics, and the FNM says he could play a significant role. Fox announced his political ambitions on social media back in October, sparking discussion about his potential involvement locally. FNM leader Michael Pintard praised Fox's experience in sports and film development, saying his talent and global reach could help advance Bahamian interests both at home and abroad. Before entering the House of Assembly on Wednesday, Pintard was asked whether the party had made contact with Fox about joining.
He played a significant role in our discussion on how to create content, not necessarily for the big screen, but for the small screen, all of the various streaming platforms. And as you know, he would have worked with Hallmark and others. So I think he has a tremendous amount that he can contribute to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And it's not about cashing in, it's about providing any talent that would be able to move us forward.
Pintard called out comments by Progressive Liberal Party Deputy Leader Chester Cooper on Fox's nationality, saying many Bahamians abroad have made global impacts but remain loyal to country.
And it's regrettable that the Deputy Prime Minister and the PLP would have taken pot shots at him, referencing again his time competing for Canada. We have many Bahamians across the globe who are doing incredible things, and some have done some things under different banners, but they have remained loyal to the Bahamas, and we should reward that.
And police say they are following significant leads tonight as they try to track down the driver responsible for a deadly hit and run on East Street. The victim is a man in his early 60s who was struck around 7:30 Tuesday night near East Street and Andrus Avenue. Officers responded immediately. Officer in charge of the traffic division, Sabrina Porter, described what they found at the scene.
They discovered a male lying in the street just next to a gray Honda vehicle. Information received by officers on the scene is that this male, a male pedestrian, he had just left the Mama TG's convenience store on the western side of East Street. He was attempting to cross the street when a gray Honda vehicle traveling in a northern direction on East Street struck him, and he fell to the ground. Shortly after that vehicle struck the male pedestrian, that vehicle came to a stop and the driver fled the scene.
Porter warned drivers and pedestrians to be extra cautious. She reminded the public the traffic volume is expected to increase as the holiday season progresses.
When traversing the streets of New Providence and the streets of the Bahamas indeed, to please drive with due care and attention. You ought to pay attention to you and other road users. You ought to pay attention to pedestrians, motorcyclists, and everyone that are road users. So we are appealing that. And as we embark upon this holiday season, we are going to be out in good numbers. We are going to have high visibility out there, and we are coming after anyone who is seeking to break the laws, the traffic laws in the Bahamas.
Popular content creator Elias Fritz, known on TikTok as Gyro World, could be home for Christmas after a judge granted him $5,000 bail. Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson ordered that Fritz must wear an ankle bracelet, keep a curfew, and report to police daily. He is also banned from discussing the case on social media and will remain in custody until his sureties for that bail are approved. Fritz, who has a social media following of about 300,000, faces charges of attempted murder and illegal possession of firearms stemming from an August 11th police pursuit. Officers say he fired at them while driving a white Nissan Cube, which crashed into a light pole on Eastern Road. Theodore Fernando, a taxi driver, also reported being shot during an attempted, or shot at that is, during an attempted robbery involving the same vehicle. And sentencing has been pushed back for 53-year-old Trevor Smith, who has been convicted of manslaughter in the 2012 death of his 21-year-old girlfriend, Anthonique Hunter. Smith faces up to life in prison when he appears before Justice Janine Weish Gomez in February. According to court records, Smith told police Hunter attacked him with a knife on October 10, 2012. He said he disarmed her and stabbed her in the chest. A pathologist found the wound punctured her heart and lungs and broke her sternum. Prosecutors say Smith was angry because Hunter, who he had dated since she was 16, wanted to move on. All right, remember how Bahama handprints dressed us for independence? Well, as you can see, they are back at it again, and this time for the holiday, we've got bold prints like this one that I'm wearing under my jacket, festival or festive styles, holiday vibes. You'll see it all on our news on-air personalities rocking their Bahama handprints this holiday. So stay tuned if you're looking for some inspiration. We've got much more to show you and much more to get to tonight. But for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kenyon, and happy Wednesday evening, everybody. Pretty cloudy on the outside right now. We have some isolated showers nearby. Temperature at 77 degrees. Winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 76. Temperatures right now around the family of islands. We are settling into the low 70s across the northern islands. Grand Bahama, Freeport City, 72, 74 in Marshall, Babaco. Alistown, Bimini, 75. We pick up 76 in Great Harbor Key. Over in Nicholstown, Andros, 78 there. Also in Governor's Harbor. Central Bahamas, 82 in Kemps Bay, 81 Black Point, Exuma. Then we pick up 76s in Arthurstown, Kid Island, Georgetown, the Exuma. Coburn Townsend, Salvador, Port Nelson, Rum Key, also in Deadman's Key, 77's there, and into the Southeast Bahamas, 76 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands, 77 in Abrahams Bay, 80 in Matthew Town, Inagua, and our neighbors in the Southeast Turks and Caicos Islands. Temperature right now is at 79. Satellite radar composite, this is a setup. We have that funnel boundary now stalled across the central Bahamas. A lot of clouds associated with that boundary still hanging out across here, but most of the activity is pushed out into the open Atlantic. We still have some lingering moisture behind, so we're looking for some spotty showers across the northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow as most of the activity pushes out towards the east. Another front expected, a very dry one, but it's going to reinforce the dry conditions we'll be getting for the next couple of days. That one is expected to get here by tomorrow. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, from coaching Buddy to coaching JJ, Chris DeMarco looks ahead to working with another Bahamian legend.
The best Christmas memories aren't the ones posted. They're the ones that's...
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with the Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to patrol.
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it. And
as I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. It's a new era for Jonquil Jones and the New York Liberty. Chris DeMarco was officially introduced as the team's new head coach. The Liberty hope for DeMarco to return the WNBA title back to Brooklyn with one of the league's most talented rosters. Highlighting that roster is Jonquil Jones, former league MVP and 2024 Finals MVP. DeMarco spent over a decade with the Golden State Warriors organization, rising from player development to assistant coach and helped guide the dynasty to multiple NBA championships. On the international stage, as head coach of the Bahamas men's national team, DeMarco led the program to the Olympic qualifying tournament for the first time. From one Caribbean Cup to another, the Bahamas prepares to host the region, this time on the basketball court. The FIBA Americas 3x3 Caribbean Development Camp and Cup will be held December 11th to 13th at the National Beach Soccer Arena. In conjunction with the Olympic Solidarity Program, it's aimed at growing 3x3 basketball across the region. The camp includes U23 players training for men and women, coach and referee clinics, development workshops, and a U15 clinic and youth tournament. Shannon Hanna notched another milestone on the wrestling mat and continues to progress in the region. Hanna recently won bronze in the men's 65 kilogram freestyle at the Central American and Caribbean Games qualifier in Panama. He defeated Wilfredo Bocaeni of Venezuela, followed by a loss to Liz Acosta of the Dominican Republic, and then another win over Uber Munoz of Colombia. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as new U.S. border rules could delay visitors and impact tourism. Find out the social media and personal data that may be required for entry. And a shredded cheese recall hits stores across the U.S. Households told to discard or return affected products. We'll tell you where that cheese was sold when our news returns.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't drink and drive. I'm Inspector Gerard Cum of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, reminding you that road safety is no accident.
It's more than a podcast. It's a movement. This is Breaking the Silence with Junior Clovis, where conversations we avoid finally have a place to breathe. Every story, every struggle, every breakthrough is brought to light, unfiltered and unspoken until now. Join us this Sunday at 2 p.m. as we confront the topics that matter, share real experiences, and change the conversation around mental health together. Watch, listen, break the silence.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The United States unveiled a new proposal requiring tourists from dozens of countries, including the United Kingdom, to provide 5 years of social media history in order to enter the country. The rule would affect travelers eligible for the 90-day visa waiver program using the ESTA system and is part of President Donald Trump's broader effort to tighten U.S. borders in the name of national security. The proposal also calls for past phone numbers, email addresses, and family information to be submitted, and social media accounts must be public for screening purposes. Digital rights advocates warn the move could harm privacy and civil liberties. The U.S. Navy confirmed recently the missile destroyer USS Thomas Hudna arrived in the Southern Command waters near Latin America, joining other U.S. warships already in the region. The ship departed Mayport, Florida last Monday for a scheduled deployment. According to Dominican reports, several U.S. military aircraft are expected in the Dominican Republic in the coming days as part of Operation Southern Spear, aimed at supporting counter-narcotics missions. Dominican President Luis Abinader announced in November the U.S. could use restricted areas of a local airbase and airport to fight drug trafficking following a meeting with U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Cuba's electrical grid continued to struggle Wednesday as daily power deficits averaged 1,900 megawatts, leading to blackouts lasting up to 20 hours across the island. Residents using portable lamps and other measures to get through the darkness, with many expressing frustration at the continuing crisis. The country's oil-fired power plants have suffered since last year as imports from Venezuela, Russia, and Mexico declined, and Hurricane Melissa caused damage to infrastructure. Energy official Lazaro Guerrera said Wednesday that power disruption, or distribution that is expected to improve Thursday. U.S. sanctions and an economic crisis have made it difficult for Cuba to secure enough fuel.
This is unsustainable. Power outages lasting many hours. Many hours. I don't know. The electric company says it's a lack of fuel, but I don't know why there's a lack of fuel. I don't know. Fuel has to be bought, right? So why isn't it being bought? Is there no money for fuel? I don't understand. But it's fuel. It's medicine. It's many things.
Electricity issue is critical. This is critical. No matter how much they explain it, humans will not understand the electricity situation. I don't know why there is a deficit every day. It's getting bigger and bigger, and it's not improving. Right now, all countries are celebrating Christmas, and we are wondering if we will make it to the 31st.
And the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has now formally classified a voluntary recall of shredded cheese sold at Aldi, Target, Walmart, and other national retailers after concerns some products may have been contaminated with metal fragments. Great Lakes Cheese first issued the recall back in October, saying a supplier alerted them that raw material used in low-moisture parts skim mozzarella could contain foreign material. The FDA has now labeled it a Class 2 recall, meaning exposure could cause temporary or medically reversible health issues. The company says all affected products were removed from store shelves weeks ago, and any cheese currently on sale is safe to eat. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 10th. Plus,
tired of wasting hundreds of dollars on car parts bought in the aftermarket just for them to not work when they arrive? Automall tells us just ahead the importance of purchasing from an authorized dealer.
Then in our news at 7:30.
Opposition leader Michael Pintotte hits back over migration bill. I'm Delvari Manuel, and stay tuned to our news for the full story.
It's all coming up when our news returns.
Hey man, stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas Special. No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special. I slept on it. And I heard it and it was like Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama. It sounded better ringtone last. I thought we agreed the other way, the Charlie Sawyer Bahama Boy. Yeah, but what about the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama show? But because you think with it. You know, alphabetically it go better this way. Yeah, but if we put our ages. Hey, this Kalika, catch the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy or the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special coming soon.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas.
On this day in Bahamian history, on December 10, 1828, Thomas Brown Wiley was elected Speaker of the House of Assembly, serving until 1831. Then fast forward to 2013, a day after being robbed at gunpoint, then acting Prime Minister Philip Davis said he refused to let the incident affect his family, praising police for their response. In 2020, Atlantis reopened after months of pandemic closure. And in 2021, Ragged Island celebrated a new airport terminal 4 years after Hurricane Irma. If you want to learn more about the events that shaped the day that was December 10th, head over to rnews.bs. All right, we are coming into the home stretch in the ultimate giveaway brought to you by Alive and R News in partnership with Automall. One lucky winner, they'll drive into the new year in a 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's stylish, sleek, and the perfect mid-size SUV for any Bahamian looking to level up their daily drive. But tonight, we'll learn how to save in the long run by purchasing from an authorized dealer like Automall. Here's Daniela Dorset.
Marketing manager Deshay Wims shares how purchasing from an authorized dealer like the Automall can save you in the long run. And here's what she has to say about it.
They can look forward to manufacturer's warranty. They can also look forward to trained technicians, so authorized trained technicians to work on their vehicles, as well as they can look forward to getting genuine parts for their vehicles if they do encounter issues.
But with many options on the market, what does the Automall dealership do to stand out and present the best they can for their customers?
We send our technicians on quarterly trainings. At some point, manufacturers make it mandatory for them to do these trainings. They have to do extensive testing and exams just to make sure they are equipped, knowledgeable to work on the vehicles, to keep them running up to standard, and, just to make sure our customers have the best experience.
Ever wonder what happens when a recall takes place? Deshay says you'll be surprised to find out.
If the vehicle happens to have a recall, you do get that safety support from the manufacturer directly. So if something was to happen to the car, technology, anything of that sort, we would be able to, announce that it's a recall on the vehicle or whatever that feature is, and you come in and we deal with it for you, and you don't have that issue anymore.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Daniela Dorset.
All right, thanks so much for that, Daniela. And if you want to watch that story again, and for all of today's top stories, you can visit rnews.bs. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Up now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia, you look very red and white.
Yes, it's giving Christmas.
Very red and white.
The holiday season.
Very festive. Very festive.
So
and of
course,
course,
that's the look I was going for with Bahama Handprints.
I was going to say, of course, it's being brought to our viewers by a new partnership with Bahama Handprints. They dressed us for independence. I remember all those different looks. We chose prints that were indicative or representative of the islands that we're all from. So, of course, I had to represent again. Tar from Bay Eleuthera. Shout out to everybody there watching tonight. Certainly have on my pineapples just to represent and pay homage to my hometown. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, thanks so much, Candido. And before we take this quick break, don't forget to stay locked into Our News all month long for your shot at driving away in that brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's the ultimate giveaway. With Alive and Automall, just visit ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News at 7:30, clash erupts over government's migrant smuggling bill as debate intensifies on national security and human rights. Plus, an appeal date set for 2 men accused of a double murder. We have courtroom details straight ahead. Also, it's International Human Rights Day. Local advocates say Bahamians still face serious gaps in understanding their rights. And later, government officially receives the Hunan demonstration farm as Chinese experts complete an agricultural partnership. The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
For our organization, having LAMP means that our staff have access to awesome healthcare with a JCI accredited hospital where they don't have to endure long wait lines. What I like most about being a part of LAMP is that our staff can go into any doctor's hospital clinic, present their ID, and get services immediately, even throughout the Family Islands. When we go through our general orientation, when they find out that we have LAMP services.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Well, first tonight, pushback showing no signs of slowing down, and critics continue to slam the Davis administration's newly passed Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025. Government defending it as a critical border security tool, but the opposition insists it's deeply flawed. Outside the House of Assembly today, FNM leader Michael Pintard told reporters if elected, his administration would repeal the legislation.
It's nonsense. Again, they are not working on behalf of the Bahamian people. I'm not the issue. The issue is the suffering that the Bahamian people are experiencing, the broken systems that we have that they are not prepared to correct.
That's the response from opposition leader Michael Pintard. He is continuing to push back against the Davis administration's claim that he's not a true leader after the Free National Movement signaled it would repeal the Smuggling of Migrants Bill if elected in the upcoming general election. Lawmakers in the House of Assembly passed the Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025 on Monday. It's a sweeping piece of legislation aimed to clamping down on organized human smuggling networks operating in and around Bahamian waters. But not before government faced strong pushback over one of the most controversial provisions in the legislation, Section 11. While the clause has since been removed, Pintard maintains the bill is still not suitable. Originally tabled in October, the legislation aims to strengthen border security, reduce human smuggling activity in the Bahamas, and close existing gaps within the current legislative framework. However, Pintard questions the government's true intention.
Note that the bill doesn't deal with bad actors in our system to a large extent. Are they concerned about bad actors that are in the system? Have they identified what's broken in the immigration apparatus in general and how they intend to fix it? No, they have not directed their attention to those, and we wonder why.
The opposition also insists the Davis administration should have never tabled the bill without proper consultation.
They should have looked at the Trafficking in Persons Act, the Proceeds of Crime Act, the Immigration Act, and they should have come to Parliament with again a bill that took into consideration all of what we needed to adjust in that suite of legislation. They have not done that. So we wonder what their motivation is.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Thanks, Delvado. Two men accused of killing an 8-year-old boy and a 23-year-old man remain in custody pending an appeal that's set to be heard on December 17th against their recent acquittal. Justice Dale Fitzpatrick on December 3rd directed a 9-member jury of 8 women and 1 man to acquit Lloyd Minnis and Perry Pickering of the 2017 murders of Dennis Moss and 3rd grader Eugene Woodside Jr. after prosecutors presented no evidence in the support of the charges. Prosecutors alleged that on September 25, 2017, Pickering fired shots at Moss. Some of those shots allegedly ripped through Eugene's wooden home and he was struck in the chest. Pickering allegedly fled in a van, allegedly driven by Minnis. The prosecution's case collapsed after the judge refused to reconsider a September decision to not allow an alleged eyewitness to testify anonymously. Fitzpatrick directed the prosecutors to produce a witness after they repeatedly failed to make the witness application. Well, today is observed as Human Rights Day around the world. It commemorates the anniversary of one of the world's most groundbreaking global pledges, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the United Nations leading the charge as all member countries seek to reaffirm and promote the values of human rights. And here at home, activist Alexis DeMarco says educating the public on matters that Bahamians still struggle with is extremely important.
People confuse charity work as human rights work. That's two different types of entities. My message today is to uphold the human rights for all persons living here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, regardless of sex, age, gender, ethnicity, religion, or their creed or their culture.
DeMarco has led several forums, debates, and even marches, most notably with the LGBTQ+ community. She says as we approach the new year, there's a lot of work left to do in other important areas.
Well, some of the human rights issues we still haven't addressed is the access to basic things such as education, healthcare, employment, the justice system. These are some human rights things that we're still battling with, that the acceptance for this type of right is for every person, regardless of who they are, where they may come from. So I think those are the major issues. It's just in the Bahamas, we just think what is available to many. And I always say this is not always accessible to others.
Well, today marked the official handover of the Hunan Demonstration Farm at the Gladstone Road Agricultural Center, an initiative that involved farming experts from the Hunan province in China, lending their expertise to local farmers. There was also expansive training opportunities, lessons on modern farming technologies, and initiatives that focus on strengthening domestic production and farming. The demo farm that they used during the lessons has officially been turned over to Ministry of Agriculture officials. Accepting on behalf of government was Agriculture Minister Jomo Campbell.
Through this collaboration, we have seen firsthand the benefits of modern farming techniques, improving crop yields, strengthened soil management practices, integrated pest control, greenhouse advancements, and the introduction of new varieties of crops suitable for our unique Bahamian environment. Ladies and gentlemen, what began as a demonstration has grown into literally a living classroom, one that has enhanced our agricultural expertise and expanded what we believe is possible for food production in our islands.
Officially handing over the farm as well as other equipment and other supplies was Chinese ambassador to the Bahamas, Yang Jiron. Jiron says she hopes the donation goes a long way to help with food security in the country.
This project has fulfilled its mission. I'm sure the Bahamian Ministry of Agriculture will make full use of the resources left by this project. They include supplies, materials, equipment, and technology, and for example, vegetable greenhouses, vehicles, rotary tillers, seeds, and fertilizers. And I do hope the benefits of cooperation of this project will continue.
Well, nice weather in the capital on this Wednesday evening. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg, nice shirt.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy Wednesday evening, everybody. If you're wondering why I have this outfit on, this is courtesy of Bahama Handprints, trying to get us all into the Christmas spirit, so get out there and enjoy. It's going to be a very nice, cool Christmas for the upcoming couple of weeks. 77 degrees outside our studios under mostly cloudy skies. The winds out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 76. Satellite radar composite, frontal boundary now stationary across the central Bahamas. Cloudy conditions as well as some showers, possibly even an isolated thunderstorm at that boundary. But behind that, we still have some lingering moisture, and that's going to continue to keep us with some spotty showers. Another front, a dry one, expected to get near by tomorrow. That's going to reinforce the nice conditions we expect for the balance of the week. So if you have plans, get out and enjoy. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, Grand Bahamas sees a surge in holiday tourism as straw vendors report positive signs in the Port Lacaya marketplace. Plus, it's one of Grand Bahamas' favorite holiday events. And this year, Festival Noel delivered even more with art, food, music, and community all under one roof. And later, dozens of young men get a chance to sit down with Bahamar executives, hearing real advice on leadership and growth. That's all coming up when our news returns.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card.
I am Dr. Rashida Brown Clark. I am a general psychiatrist and the Director of Mental Health Services here at Doctors Hospital Health System. In psychiatry, we speak about major depressive disorder. And what that is a mood disorder. The symptoms, one of the signs can be a lack of motivation. So not wanting to do the things that you know you should do, or the things that you would have wanted to do in the past, like go to the gym, engage with family and friends, going out on outings that would be normal for you. So your mental health affects your physical health. You cannot be fully physically healthy if you are not well mentally, and vice versa. If you feel like there's a problem, somebody says to you that there's a problem, you use these tools and they indicate that there's a problem, that you should seek the help that you need. I am.
Somewhere's was a party going on, yeah. Somewhere's was a one-stop shop in here. The family, community, for me. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Shop, shop, we've got so many stores. Shop, shop, our prices are right. Come spend the day, bring the family. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. You're going to Marlboro.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now. 3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road in Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends.
As we move deeper into the holiday season, there's a noticeable shift in Grand Bahamas economy, more tourists and more activity. It's a break from the story we've been telling for decades, an island fighting to bounce back after storms and economic hits. But right now, locals say there's a different feeling in the air. The president of the Straw Vendors Association, Lorenzo McKenzie, says business is finally moving again at the Port Lacaya marketplace. He says more ships have been coming to the island and that surge in foot traffic is showing up in their sales.
Our region and the big cruise ships. Sometimes Carnival also send ship to the harbor when they're too full to the Celebration Key. So we get the spin off from them. So we appreciate that. We appreciate them sending their boat down because they didn't have to. They could send it someplace else. So they send it to the harbor so that we can still get people. And hopefully we can continue that in January and straight through because with everything going on, we need the business, and especially in Port Lacaya. And it helps the whole of Grand Bahama because whatever happens here actually affects every area in Freeport.
The president says vendors now believe their concerns are being heard.
And I think because we've been on the air so long, especially the straw vendors being talking about it and advocating, now they're hearing us and now they're acting on it. And so we're thankful for it, and we want more to be done in 2026 because we need it, you know. And so we thank them in advance right now for doing what they're doing and hearing our cry and our plea for business in this area, because this is the largest tourist destination in Freeport. And for this large tourist destination, we should never be second thought. We should always be the first thought.
Well, still on Grand Bahama, this as the holiday season is in full swing. And one of the big highlights so far has been Festival Noel. The annual Christmas celebration and fundraiser hosted by the Bahamas National Trust returned with even more energy this year. The event brought together local artists, craft vendors, live entertainment, and a wide selection of wines for guests to enjoy. Attendees strolled through the park sampling food and drinks and taking in the festive atmosphere. Executive Director of the Bahamas National Trust, Lakeisha Rule, says this year is extra special as the organization marked 30 years of Festival Noel. She says the event continues to raise critical funds for Grand Bahama's national parks, and she's proud to see the Rand Nature Center filled with supporters.
We have local crafters. We also have crafters and vendors from New Providence as well that has joined us. Our guest artist is with us, and it's been really, really great. We have so many great prizes. We have 30 prizes on our Wheel of Joy, celebrating 30 years. And to top it off, you can win an experience for two, a cruise for anywhere you desire, sponsored by Carnival Cruises. So we are really excited. We're happy. We're celebrating 30 years, and we are hoping that it continues to evolve into this great, absolutely phenomenal experience for us.
Vendors and attendees also sharing their experience.
I enjoy the fact that it's been growing so much, because it shows that people in Freeport, we really are looking for something to just get to see what other things are out there, whether it's food, whether it's talent.
This is my first year actually, and I understand they're celebrating 30 years. So I want to congratulate the entire leadership team here in Grand Bahama and the Bahamas National Trust across the Bahamas on this great opportunity for persons to fellowship, support the local economy, local entrepreneurs.
This is my 4th year. I got Top Chef Noel for 2 years. So it's really been a great experience getting to meet new persons and just getting to share my gift and my love for cooking and food.
When I was asked to do this, be the featured artist here, I didn't feel I had a lot of artwork. So what I proposed instead was that I would do storyboards of the public artwork that is out there. So that's what you see around the room.
Coming up in sports, the Bahamas men's national team head coach makes the move from the NBA to the WNBA. 3-on-3 comes to the Bahamas, and wrestling takes center stage.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the same place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Welcome to Our Sports presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. It's a new era for Jonquil Jones and the New York Liberty. Chris DeMarco was officially introduced as the team's new head coach. The Liberty hope for DeMarco to return the WNBA title back to Brooklyn with one of the league's most talented rosters. Highlighting that roster is Jonquil Jones, former league MVP and 2024 Finals MVP.
I've reached out to every player on the team. I've had conversations. I've gotten to know them a little bit. Obviously, high character, all great people. Really excited to start coaching them.
DeMarco spent over a decade with the Golden State Warriors organization, rising from player development to assistant coach and helped guide the dynasty to multiple NBA championships. On the international stage, as head coach of the Bahamas men's national team, DeMarco led the program to the Olympic qualifying tournament for the first time.
I also want to thank the Bahamas Basketball Federation. I was an assistant coach for, I think, 4 or 5 years when they made the decision to hire a young coach who had no head coaching experience. And without them, I, again, would not develop into where I'm at today. And we made a heck of a run on the brink of the Olympics. And I feel like I'm Bahamian, if we're being honest. And I owe it to all those players, some who were highlighted in the summer and some who played in windows where we're in Puerto Rico and we have 30 fans and we have to win to keep the dream alive.
From one Caribbean Cup to another, the Bahamas prepares to host the region, this time on the basketball court. The FIBA Americas 3x3 Caribbean Development Camp and Cup will be held December 11th to 13th at the National Beach Soccer Arena. In conjunction with the Olympic Solidarity Program, it's aimed at growing 3x3 basketball across the region. The camp includes U23 players training for men and women, coach and referee clinics, development workshops, and a U15 clinic and youth tournament. The event culminates with an official FIBA 3x3 men's and women's competition on December 11th and 13th, featuring the Bahamas, Cayman Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, Haiti, Jamaica, and St. Lucia. Shannon Hanna notched another milestone on the wrestling mat and continues to progress in the region. Hanna recently won bronze in the men's 65 kilogram freestyle at the Central American and Caribbean Games qualifier in Panama. He defeated Wilfredo Bocaeni of Venezuela, followed by a loss to Liz Acosta of the Dominican Republic, and then another win over Uber Munoz of Colombia. Hanna is currently ranked number 31 by United World Wrestling. That would do it for sports. This is 10YS. You're going to hear it here first. I have no doubt in my mind Chris DeMarco will be taking the Liberty to the WNBA Finals this upcoming year. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, dozens of young men get a chance to sit down with Bahamar executives hearing real advice on leadership and growth. And Greg is back with your extended weather when our news returns. Stay with us.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any Live Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio, or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to patrol the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours.
Well, I'm certainly standing in it and
as I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our news Year in Review 2025.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't.
This is our news. Welcome back. Frontal boundary now stalled across the central Bahamas. Some cloudiness as well as some showers and some isolated thunderstorms associated with that boundary. That will continue to weaken overnight through tomorrow as a weak pressure pattern stays in place behind it. We expect another frontal boundary, a very dry one expected with reinforcing short of cool air. That one is across Florida. That's going to get near by tomorrow and merge with the frontal boundary towards the southeast. That will continue to push most of the activity out and east of the islands. High pressure will build in behind that, so we're looking for some very good conditions for the balance of the week. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that boundary now across the central and portions of the northwest Bahamas. Mostly scattered, but once again, that frontal boundary tomorrow will merge with that front down stationary, actually, one across the central Bahamas, and that will continue to push towards the southeast. Some high level moisture moving in behind that, but looking for some very nice conditions and some comfortable temperatures for the weekend. Boating forecast, northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Small craft caution still in effect for the Atlantic side. The winds will be west and northwest. That's behind the front expected tomorrow. 10 to 15 knot seas running 2 to 4 feet, but building up to 6 feet in the Atlantic in some northeasterly swells. While in the central and southeast Bahamas, caution flag in the Atlantic as well, and risk of rip currents there remains in place. Verbal winds at 5 to 10 knots. Your seas running 2 to 3 feet, building up to 5 feet in northeasterly swells, mostly in Atlantic exposures. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, lovely conditions expected tomorrow with the second front coming through, and temperatures will take a bit of a dip. We're looking for some mid to upper 70s across most of the island chain. Then on Saturday, there's an upper level disturbance that's going to be moving out of the Gulf of Mexico. Could see a couple of showers throughout the weekend. Most of the activity likely on Sunday, and then it's going to turn breezy behind that for the upcoming week. Temperatures will be back into the 70s once again. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, dozens of young men got the opportunity to engage with leaders from the Baha Mar Resort during their signature event, Food for Thought. Hosted in honor of Men's Month, executives from the resort say the seminar focuses on building a community of male leaders, and while the goal remained the same, this year's approach was a little bit different. Our Daniel Miller reports.
I am just one of the very few women in this room today, while we are surrounded by men and boys as they come together for empowerment, mentorship, and some fun.
On November 20th, in recognition of Men's Month, the Baha Mar Resort welcomed dozens of men, along with boys from various schools, to Rosewoods Ballroom for its all-male seminar, Food for Thought. Goodie bags greeted them at the door. The aroma of food filled the room, and with an enthusiastic host, the energy was infectious. Director of Talent Development at Baha Mar, Jamaro Thompson, says this isn't the first time they've hosted the event, but this year's version included distinct elements that took the experience to another level.
This year we wanted just to go whole out with no panel, no speaker, and we wanted to make it very interactive. And so the men will be doing some activities in their table groups, some of it a bit of a competition, but every activity they partake in has some lesson in it.
And a major twist this year, the men were purposefully seated with strangers.
There are assigned tables, and the reason there are assigned tables is because, particularly here at Baha Mar, usually you'd come and sit next to who you know. And so we wanted to make certain that they sat next to someone they didn't know, and they'd get the opportunity to meet them and network just a bit.
Thompson says Food for Thought was just one of the events planned for Men's Month, all designed with a specific goal in mind.
At the end of this, we're hoping that men will make connection with other men, because even though some people think it's easier for men, it's a little bit more difficult in terms of building those relationships, and someone they can lean on whenever they need a resource, or someone just to bounce ideas off of.
Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Danny, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.